Deepfake case is what's keeping you on here.
Yeah, so the only reason I'm stuck in Korea is because of this GIF of two people kissing.
Yes. So it's like unfair, malicious prosecution, you know?
Because the two people that are claiming I made a deepfake about them, which I never created any deepfake, somebody posted a deepfake in my Discord and I showed it to my stream with my phone like that.
So Johnny Somali just walked into court, lied to a judge's face, and somehow made his already terrible situation 10 times worse.
Look, me and my Korean girlfriend, look, you see? Y'all jealous, y'all getting like this. Look at me, y'all really wish y'all had it like.
Johnny Somali just walked into court, looked a whole judge straight in the eye, and lied through his teeth. And guess what? He somehow managed to make his already disastrous situation even worse. This man's downfall is like watching a slow-motion car crash you just can't look away from. He was out here screaming, look, me and my Korean girlfriend, look. You see, y'all jealous. Y'all wish you had it like this. Like that was gonna save him in court. Bro really thought flexing mid-trial was a power move. Watching him spiral like this is honestly one of the wildest, most entertaining train wrecks the internet's seen this entire year. So on October 29th, Johnny showed up for his court date. And what went down was not just a loss, it was total destruction. The man got obliterated. He thought he could sweet talk or outsmart a Korean judge like he manipulates his live stream chat, but reality hit him harder than ever. The trial was supposed to feature testimony from 3 key people: Johnny, his roommate Hank, and Bong Bong, the Korean streamer he made deepfakes of. But here's the twist. Bong Bong didn't even show up. She's out in Australia, living her best life, totally unbothered. She told her fans, "My lawyer said I don't have to go," and laughed it off, even saying, "I don't care. I don't want to waste my time for Johnny Somali." Imagine being so disliked that even your victim can't be bothered to attend your own trial. That wasn't just an L. That was a career-ending, legacy-defining collapse into pure irrelevance. But the circus didn't stop there. The judge still had to push forward with whatever chaos Johnny brought into that courtroom. And this is where the man completely torpedoed himself. According to people who were actually there, including legal experts, Johnny's testimony was a full-blown masterclass in how to commit perjury while thinking you're the smartest person in the room.
Now was Johnny pressed charges against Jungman. Jungman is one of the people who pressed charges against him for the deepfakes. So currently Johnny is facing 2 counts of deepfake charges. One is from the Korean streamer by the name of Bong Bong, and the other one is from the Korean streamer by the name of Jungman.
From the jump, he couldn't stop lying. Over and over, bold-faced lies. Every time the judge asked something, Johnny hit them with, "I don't know," or "I don't remember," like he was suddenly struck with amnesia. These were questions he clearly knew the answers to. Then when asked about distributing those deepfakes on YouTube, he tried to wiggle out of it by saying, "The police already verified I didn't make them," like that was supposed to matter. Bro clearly forgot that in Korea, distribution is just as illegal as creation. But Johnny clung to that weak "I didn't make it" excuse, like it was his golden ticket to freedom. And just when you thought he couldn't dig the hole any deeper, he pointed fingers and claimed that Jungman, another Korean streamer, was the one who actually distributed the deepfakes first, which, let's be real, was completely false. What makes it even crazier is that Johnny went ahead and pressed charges against Jungman, even though Jungman is one of the same people pressing charges against him. So now, Johnny's facing not 1, but 2 deepfake charges. One from Bong Bong and the other from Jungman. What a disaster. There's literal video evidence of Johnny showing those deepfakes live on his stream, bragging about them, laughing, and humiliating Bong Bong in front of thousands of viewers. But of course, Johnny had the nerve to blame the victim. Like seriously, that's his defense strategy? Blame the person he targeted? Yeah, that's really gonna win over a judge. And just when you think it can't get any worse, it does.
Any way that we could do expedited trial, because I've already been here for over 1 year in travel ban. I have family, I have obligations in America, and I want to have the right to a speedy trial.
He tried to claim that Jungman leaked his home address, but in the very next breath, he said he didn't even know his own address. How does that even make sense? Bro, the judge is literally sitting right there watching you contradict yourself like it's a live comedy show. You can't just fumble your own story mid-sentence and expect nobody to catch it. But the absolute cherry on this disaster Sunday came when they asked him about the baton incident. You know, the moment Jungman allegedly assaulted him. Johnny called it the scariest day of his life. but somehow couldn't remember a single important detail. How convenient. Johnny couldn't even remember who brought the baton or give a straight answer about what actually went down.
He disowned me. My dad told me, you caused the whole world stress. I'm ashamed to be your father. The only thing I'm really tripping over is because my dad told me he does not want me to have kids. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just go back to crashing out. Y'all don't like me anyway. Yeah, I'll make a new.
How convenient, right? Because guess what? There's actual video evidence showing that it was Hank, his own roommate, who brought the baton to that confrontation. So either Johnny's memory suddenly took a vacation, or he's straight up lying to protect his buddy. Either way, the judge saw right through it. There was no fooling anyone that day. And here's the part that had everyone losing it. Johnny actually tried to submit video evidence right there on the spot. Like no warning, no protocol, just pulled it out mid-testimony like he was about to show the court a TikTok montage. Bro really thought he was still streaming. Someone should have reminded him, this isn't YouTube, it's court. You can't just whip out surprise evidence months late and expect the judge to treat it like breaking news. That's not a bold move. That's pure incompetence. As expected, the judge wasn't having it. He told Johnny again and again that his entire story just didn't add up. Every answer he gave only made things worse. It turned into a full-blown judicial roast session. The judge was pressing him hard, and Johnny was getting absolutely cooked on every single point. The man walked in thinking he could charm his way through court, but instead, he got humbled in real time. But Johnny wasn't done embarrassing himself. Not even close. After all that lying, dodging, and straight-up clown behavior in court, this man actually stood up and asked the judge for an expedited trial. He really said, I have family and obligations in America. I want the right to a speedy trial. Like, what? Bro, are you serious right now? This is the same guy whose own parents have publicly disowned him. His dad literally told him to stop flying around the world and causing problems in other countries. Johnny's family made it crystal clear. They don't want anything to do with him. And now, he's out here pretending he's got family waiting on him back home, like there's some warm welcome waiting at the airport. Please. Even Johnny himself admitted on stream that his parents are more furious with him than anyone online could ever be. The man's got the entire internet clowning on him, and his own family isn't even defending him. Yet he still had the nerve to pull the family obligations card in front of a judge. That's beyond delusional. So for Johnny to stand there in court, look that judge in the eye, and say he needs to get back to his family, that's not just a lie, that's straight up manipulation. It's insulting. The man tried to play the sympathy card like anyone was buying it, but the judge wasn't fooled for a second. She saw right through that weak act. She calmly denied his request and then dropped an absolute truth bomb. The judge told Johnny that some foreign defendants have been waiting in Korea for their trials for up to 2 years, and then hit him with the coldest line possible. He's not special, meaning he's going to sit there and wait just like everyone else. That was such a beautiful, ruthless judicial shutdown to witness. The courtroom might as well have had a mic drop moment right there. The judge basically said without hesitation, I don't care about your feelings, your fake family obligations, or your American entitlement. You're staying here until we're done with you. That's real authority right there. And honestly, it's exactly what he needed to hear. Now let's talk about Johnny's lawyer, because wow, this guy was no help at all. He spent a whole 30 minutes arguing over a charge Johnny had already pleaded guilty to. Like, what's the point? Then, as if that wasn't ridiculous enough, he tried to argue that the Lotta World incident shouldn't count since the ride was only shut down for 10 to 15 minutes, not 30 like the prosecutor claimed. Bro, 15 minutes or 30. It still happened. That's not a defense, that's desperation. Except that whole argument was completely pointless. Because in Korea, obstruction of business doesn't depend on a specific time frame. If you disrupt normal operations, even for a few seconds, you're guilty, plain and simple. It doesn't matter if it's 30 seconds or 30 minutes, a disruption is a disruption. And Johnny did exactly that. He shut down that ride, got security involved, and even made disgusting, inappropriate comments in front of children. That's not some harmless prank. That's obstruction, period. So, of course, the judge didn't buy that weak argument for a second. She shut it down instantly. And honestly, she was absolutely right to do it. But this is where things go from bad to catastrophic for Johnny. Because not only did he lose on every single point, not only did the judge deny his speedy trial request, but now his next court date got pushed way back, all the way to February 11th, 2026. That's more than 3 months away. And the craziest part, that's not even the final trial date. That's just a placeholder in hopes that Bong Bong might show up to testify. But if she doesn't, and let's be honest, she probably won't, they'll just keep pushing it back again and again. Johnny's gonna be sitting there for months, maybe even longer, all because Bong Bong doesn't care enough to waste her time on him. She's living free while he's stuck waiting, trapped in the mess he built for himself. She's already proven she doesn't care about showing up. She literally skipped court to chill in Australia. Next time, she might be in Peru, or maybe just traveling somewhere completely random, living her best life, and every single time she decides not to show up, Johnny's trial gets delayed for months. Honestly, everyone's thinking the same thing right now. She might as well keep skipping and let him rot there a little longer. Let's break it down. Johnny's already been stuck in Korea for over a year. His next court date isn't until February, which means at least 3 more months of waiting. And even if Bong Bong shows up then, which is a big if, there still needs to be closing arguments, more testimonies, and eventually sentencing. Legal experts are already saying this case could easily drag out until summer 2026, or even longer. That means Johnny could be trapped in Korea for 2 years minimum, possibly more. And that's before any potential prison time gets added. All of this chaos, all this humiliation, just because he couldn't swallow his pride, tell the truth, or show a little remorse. Instead, he doubled down on arrogance, lied through his teeth, and thought he could outsmart an entire legal system. Spoiler alert, he couldn't. And to make things even funnier, his so-called tough guy roommate, Hank, is starting to crack under pressure. During the trial, Hank actually requested to testify in a private room because he was scared of the spectators. Like, seriously? This is the same guy who shows off online, who brought a baton to a fight, who talks non-stop trash. And now he's shaking because a few people are watching him in court? The fake bravado just fell apart right in front of everyone. You honestly can't make this up. These two clowns really thought they could walk into a Korean courtroom and intimidate a judge the same way they harass random people on the streets, and they got absolutely humbled. It was a full public meltdown wrapped in arrogance and delusion. And get this, after the trial ended, someone tried to interview Johnny outside the courthouse. Instead of showing even a hint of remorse or self-awareness, he snapped. He started insulting people's families like a sore loser who couldn't handle the truth. That's his go-to move now. Throw cheap insults when he's cornered. Like, bro, you're not roasting chat trolls anymore. You're standing outside a courthouse after being cooked by a judge. So where does this leave Johnny now? He's stuck in Korea, indefinitely. His maximum sentence still sits at 12 years. Sure, his minimum got reduced slightly after settling with Youngman, but that doesn't save him from the serious prison time still hanging over his head. Every single day he spends there, he's just digging himself deeper. With every outburst, every lie, every ounce of fake confidence, the Korean legal system has made one thing perfectly clear. They're not in a hurry. They don't care about his family obligations. They don't care that he's tired of being there. And they definitely don't care about his fake tough guy act. They're going to take their time and make sure he faces every single consequence that comes his way. Because this is exactly what happens when you spend months disrespecting people, mocking an entire culture, and acting like the rules don't apply to you. Now he's learning the hard way that the system always wins in the end. Eventually, reality always catches up. And when it does, it doesn't just tap you on the shoulder, it slams you straight into the ground and makes sure you stay there. And honestly, Johnny deserves every single second of it. This isn't just justice, this is karma in its purest, rawest form. Sometimes the universe really does get it right. And this is one of those rare moments where everything comes full circle. Watching someone who built their whole image on chaos, disrespect, and humiliation finally get hit with real consequences, it's not just satisfying, it's beautiful. He's not trolling anymore. He's not laughing anymore. He's facing the fallout, live and unfiltered. So yeah, Johnny Somali just learned the hardest lesson of his life. He's not leaving Korea anytime soon, maybe not for years. And the judge made sure he understood that in the most humiliating way possible. Welcome to the real world, Johnny. The place where actions actually have consequences. Hope you packed enough clothes, because you're gonna be there a long while. But what do you guys think? Does Johnny deserve to be stuck there for years? Or do you think he'll somehow find a way out? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild updates like this one.